Hello, everyone. Hang on, let me make this lower. Great. Welcome to our live for the full moon. Full moon in Virgo. All you Virgos, you might be asking, is this a special moon? They're all special moons. And actually, you don't have to be the sign of the moon to feel the energy really profoundly. Today's Virgo full moon, I feel, is very special for a multitude of reasons. And there's a lot of really great energy to make practical manifesting breakthroughs, to actually make things happen, physically manifest things now. Not out in the future, not planting seeds, but like getting things done. A lot of getting things done energy, which is so exciting. So the full moon in Virgo is on Friday, the 18th, and this energy is going to be with us for 2 weeks. So if you're watching this on the 18th or after that, it's not just for now. And actually, anyone who's looking to make a creative breakthrough, you're going to find that there's a lot in here that can help you at any time. So if that's where you're at, watch on. So creativity is a huge part of this Feng Shui method. For those of you who get how we work in the School of Intention is Feng Shui. Sorry, it's so loud outside. Is Feng Shui based in infinite possibility, creative awakening, and your intention. So one of the ways that Feng Shui works is that you create an environment, and that environment helps you to manifest more. Now, a lot of times people create an environment based on following these rules, these strict rules. But these strict rules were not always a part of Feng Shui. And these strict rules actually don't apply to most people, and certainly not to most situations. And so what we are doing here, and what I'm most interested in, is for you to be creating an environment that helps you to wake up your creative power, stand in your power even more, feel the energy of everything you want surrounding you, and make breakthroughs from that place where you feel grounded and centered and amazing. So on that note, we're going to get into the full moon, and I'm looking right now at my notes. That's right. So one of the major things about this time right now is that it's another new year. So we have the new year, the calendar new year, then we have the lunar new year, and then we have one more new year, which is the astrological new year, which starts with Aries season. Aries is the start of the astrological cycle, and Pisces is the end. We're at the end of a cycle, and a full moon is a release of all things unwanted. And so at this big time where the zodiac is starting its wheel, its cycle up again, you have a chance to make another fresh start. So how's the year been going so far? Are there things that you've identified that you want to be free of? Patterns that have been repeating themselves? I've found one pattern in my own life, and it's very related to this moon, and I want to share it with you because it might resonate with you. So one pattern that you might pick up on is that you have a pattern of being the effect in some area of your life. So for instance, you might be really in charge at work. You might be really in charge in terms of your personal life or your friendships, meaning you feel like everything is really in flow. You love everything around you. Everything feels really good. And then there might be one area or two areas of life or more where it feels like you're just the effect of whatever happens, where you are not really creating that part of your life. You're kind of accepting whatever comes. So for instance, there might be a cycle going on where you're working with experts and you're trying to get to the bottom of a situation, and you keep getting bounced from one person to another person to another person. And let's just say it's your computer being repaired. And because you don't know how to repair your computer, you're at the mercy of all these people. And so you just keep getting bounced, and no one's taking responsibility, and you're feeling the effect of it. And this happens to a lot of people in different areas of life, sometimes in relationships, in their job, in going through health cycles, different places in life. And you're just so frustrated because you feel like, I'm doing all these things. I'm going wherever everyone's telling me, but I'm like a ping pong ball. I'm not at all charting a course here. I feel like I'm just floating with whatever is coming at me. And if you're feeling that way, this is an amazing time to take your power back from any cycles where you feel like Not again. I can't go through this again. I feel like I'm just running around trying to chase after something that doesn't exist. Any of those feelings where you're just not really creating your life, that is a time to say no more. On this full moon, I am releasing that pattern and I am going to get to the core of this. I'm going to root this out. I'm going to get to the core of this. And moving forward, it's going to go a totally different way. It's going to go in a way that feels good, where things are working out. This is incredibly powerful. So, this is also a major breakthrough time. This is a phenomenal time for creativity. We're headed toward the masterpiece conjunction, which is going to be next month, where literally planets are coming together, which signal masterpieces, your personal masterpieces being created, just amazing manifestations in your life, lots and lots of art, tons of creativity and innovation. So this energy is off the charts in so many ways right now. And this is an earth sign. Virgo is an earth sign. And whenever we have a Virgo full moon or a Taurus full moon, but Virgo especially, there are other earth signs, but Virgo is very, 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 very much creative birth of the new, birth of new healthy habits, birth of new creative projects, birth of innovative thinking. And oftentimes Virgo gets mixed up with this idea of being a perfectionist. I certainly do. I'm a Virgo sun sign. And rather than being a perfectionist, we've talked about this in the lives before, think about excellence rather than perfection. There's something beautiful about striving for excellence and wanting to bring 100,000% of you to everything that you do. Perfection is never going to pay off. It's just never going to pay off. So capture that light of Virgo energy. And there's one key word that I want you to think about for all the things we talk about, the details. Virgo is very much about ironing out the details. Virgo is very much about making sure all of the dots are dotted and the T's are crossed and everything is edited and everything is as it should be. And the details matter so much. And I want you to think about how the details are working in your life. And so let's take an example. Do you feel like things are fulfilling enough for you right now? Do you need a little bit more spice, even spice in your food? Do you need a little bit more spice in your life? Do you feel like things are bland? Do they need more embellishment? Do they need more refinement? Does it feel like you've cleaned, but it doesn't feel really clean? There are little details that can be looked at. Like, for instance, I used to clean my stove years and years ago. I used to clean my stove, but the handles of my stove, I couldn't clean for some reason. I couldn't get them ever clean. And I learned that you could take them off and actually soak them and fully clean them. And before that, I could scrub my oven for like hours. And because the details, the little knobs were never fully clean, it always felt like my stove was dirty. And you might feel that way about cleaning your house. You might feel that way about some aspect of life where the details aren't rich enough. They aren't there. They aren't tended to. And just adding a little bit more detail can bring magic to life. It would be the difference between watching a movie that had a very basic plot, but really interesting characters, and watching a movie that had a basic plot and really uninteresting characters. It would be really, really boring. There are lots of TV shows that aren't like really, really big ideas, but the details make them really interesting and make them compelling. The details bring life to life. And so think about adding detail to what you're doing. This could be a way to take the second half of this month and just tune it to a whole new level of impact. If you're looking to make an impact in your work, make an impact in your creativity, those details can be everything. I don't know how many of you make art or dance or do any kind of expressive art form or write, but sometimes it's editing those words, refining one motion, painting one area of the painting with just little tiny, tiny details that just takes everything to a whole new level. Think about this for your home. Think about this for your life. So powerful. So there's a grand earth trine happening. And this is a beautiful thing because we head into spring. If you haven't seen the spring equinox video yet, it is on the channel. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe if you want. And then you can go back and watch the spring equinox video because the spring equinox is 2 days after this moon. So the 18th is this full moon. Spring equinox or autumn equinox for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere is on the 20th. And so we're starting a whole new season. We're starting the whole new astrological new year, so to speak, the start of a whole new cycle. And then we have this earth trine. And so this is very manifesting energy. All triangles are very active and they're very much about like done. Let's get it done. Let's manifest. Let's make it happen. And so think about your practical manifesting. What is it that you want to complete this month? What is it that's been lingering? One of the things that you can release, we talked about releasing patterns. One of the things you can release are the things that are not done yet, the things that aren't getting done. So unfinished projects, things that have piled up, release those things. This is about making space for this whole new cycle. And again, masterpieces and huge breakthroughs to come. So we're headed into the Feng Shui season of Feng Shui to make breakthroughs. And the Breakthrough Camp free videos are below. For those of you who haven't seen them yet, it's a whole manifesting class in your home. Your home is so important to your manifesting because your home is influencing you all day long. If you found that your manifesting practices aren't as robust or aren't as magical, or maybe they're confusing or too mental, when you start working with your home to manifest more, it's easy, it's fun, and you will be creating a sanctuary for you, for your friends, for your family. And it's the most rewarding thing because you're going to be living in a space that is the vision board for your life. So if this is something that you want to explore more of, you're going to love the free Breakthrough Camp preview videos, this manifesting class, which is below in the description box. And so I wanted to mention that because it's going to sort of be this supercharging season of breakthroughs. And breakthroughs really mean getting to the next level in life. If you want to take more creative risks, if you want to make bigger steps forward, if you want to make leaps, if you want to make big things happen, one of the best things that you could possibly do for yourself in terms of readiness to do that is to create a sanctuary in your home. When you have a foundation under your feet, it's a lot easier to leap higher. Think about, even having a solid platform on your shoes, like having a foundation under your feet, having a foundation under your shoes. If you've ever had a broken heel, or if you've ever had the sole of a shoe is wearing down in one spot, you can literally feel wobbly. It's harder to be confident. It's harder to sort of run when you have some broken foundation. You don't have the ground under your feet as solid as you need to or want to. And having that solid foundation will allow you to take off. And your home is such a solid foundation. So to take maximize all of the energy of your home, use the power of earth to cleanse your home of unwanted energies and get ready to launch into the new. So my favorite way to use earth to cleanse space is to use salt to get rid of unwanted energy. Those who know me know this. But one of the things you can do, and this is something really coming to me now for Virgo season, is rice. Rice, just uncooked rice. If you have some old rice, maybe rice that you don't necessarily want to eat, maybe it's kind of stale and it's been sitting in the pantry for way too long, bring it out and use that rice, put it in a bowl, add a little bit of salt, sea salt, table salt, whatever you've got to the bowl, and put it someplace where you want to purify and absorb any unwanted energies. You can put a few of these bowls out around the house. If you have animals that are going to get into those bowls, you might want to actually put them outside your front door, wherever people, kids, animals can't reach them. Really good for the front door, cleansing lots of energy. You can leave it there for a few days. And then when you feel like it's done, you could just take the salt and the rice, dump it in the trash, and you can refresh it if you want, or you can just go about your day with this cleansed, fresh energy. Also, for the full moon, it's a time to charge up and eliminate energies that do not belong. So, one of the ways that you can do this is by charging all your crystals and your high vibe objects. So I have this high vibe necklace that I'm going to charge in the full moon. This is actually a pendant that is energized and it keeps your whole body in harmony. It's quite amazing. It's literally called a harmony pendant. And no, I do not sell them and I do not have any kind of deal with them. And this was given to me as a gift from a person, not from a company, but I love it. I'm going to put this out for the full moon. All your crystals, put your crystals, tarot cards, oracle cards, any of your jewelry that's really high vibe jewelry, gather it all up and get it outside in the moonlight for the full moon and let it recharge, revamp, have that release of unwanted energy and that charge of earth. Earth is the element that gives birth to all new things. We manifest with earth. We make things tangibly, physically happen with earth. We are constantly working with the earth element. In Feng Shui, the 5 elements create all of life. And in the Feng Shui School of Intention, you learn how to manifest more by using these elements, which is so powerful, so personal, and so fun. And one of the things that is so important to know about earth is that it's when you get things done. And so this is one of the things that I can't say enough about. Work with earth, connect to earth. You might even want to start eating more plants. This is a wonderful time to start wellness habits. So anything Virgo is like health and wellness. And what's healthy is what's healthy for you, not what's healthy for someone else. This is not about a judgment or being so strict and maniacal with yourself. It's about honoring, loving yourself, and treating yourself amazingly in ways that feel good to you, including eating in ways that feel really good to you. So whatever that might be, any new wellness habits, foods that you eat, this can be such an amazing time to charge yourself up in this way. Now, to get back to our cleansing, I just got a basil plant that I'm about to chop and trim all the leaves off of and boil them to make basil to mop my floors. So you can grab some basil, fresh basil I like to use for this. You can also tie up some dried basil in cheesecloth and you can make a tea bag out of it. And what you want to do is basically get all this infused basil energy into water. What I like to do is do fresh basil, throw it in water, let it simmer. And then once it's all simmered for a while, probably like 10, 15 minutes, shut off the heat and let it cool completely till it's cold. I will then use that water to wash the floors. Mopping the floors with basil is so abundant. It's also so inviting of springtime. There's so much welcoming energy. It's completely natural. It doesn't really have a scent that lingers in your house. And it's usually safe for pretty much anyone that's not allergic to basil. So it is a fabulous way to blanket your home in more magnetic energy. Now, one other thing you can do is fill your house, literally fill your house with plants and flowers. So I just went completely crazy this weekend. This weekend I went nuts when I was at the store. I was at the grocery store, but my grocery store has lots of plants and lots of flowers. And I just went bananas and got a whole box of flowers and orchids. I got 3 different orchids, a bunch of fabulous flowers. You could see some orange roses on my table. There are flowers everywhere. Also some plants. Fill your home. Like think about it like a big bomb of flowers, a ton of foliage, lots of fresh energy. This will help you to feel amazing. And this will help you to create more of a sanctuary at home. So bring in all that stuff, bring in all the freshness. It's going to make such a big, huge difference. You will feel it even if you just have a bunch of roses. I've done a whole video on roses before. Roses are so high vibrational. And even if you just have a bunch of roses, that can transform your whole space. So use nature to make changes. While you're at the grocery store, you can also grab yourself some lemons, fresh lemons in bowls around the house, or any citrus fruit can be fresh and refreshing. And again, wonderful to do for the moon. For every moon, whether it's a new moon or a full moon, cleaning is always recommended because cleaning creates fresh space. It creates space for new things to come into your life, which is always welcome. Now, to capitalize on this even further, so all the things that you decide to do, again, do it with your intention very clear. Everything that we do, we can run around and be very busy, but everything that we do with our whole heart invested in it is going to have a different impact than things that we do where we're just kind of doing this. So wholehearted, put your whole heart into what you're doing and you will notice the energy shifting. And this is a huge thing for right now and for all the time. So on that note, this is on the 18th, spring starts, or autumn for some of you on the 20th. This is a huge fresh start. You don't need to make any lists or any things special in this regard for this moon. By all means, this is a time to tap in more to your creative power. If there are creative things that you've wanted to do, if there are things that you've been waiting on, I'm telling you, by doing them, the energy that you summon is going to seep into all aspects of your life. It may not seem like it now, but I'm telling you, I started painting for fun, and that fun energy has seeped into aspects of my life that were really challenging and made them easier. You might have the same thing happen if you start dancing, if you start doing a class you're interested in, if you start pursuing a hobby, reading books that you love. All things that light up your energy are going to light up your life completely. And keep in mind this sense of this trine, this triangle, this manifesting energy that is really pointing, shining a light on our home and saying, get your home to feel like more of a home, to feel like more sacred space. And as you do this, your home is going to support you in turn. And your home is going to help you to manifest in huge ways. And this is going to be so rewarding. It's going to be so much fun. And out of it, you might just make some huge breakthroughs. So on that note, for those of you who want to become pros this year at Feng Shui, below you can find a link to all the details for the Feng Shui School of Intention, which is starting very soon. And it is such a life-changing training that I am just honored to be able to guide everyone in it. Is insanely incredible. And the whole experience is so rich and rewarding. You learn to do Feng Shui for yourself, but also do it for others on a professional basis or for your own personal development. And also, the breakthrough camp videos are below if you want to dive deep into setting up your home to make breakthroughs. So this is really, for me, the Virgo full moon is so affirmational. Hopefully for you, it feels like that as well. If there are those patterns you're ready to be free of, things you don't want to bring into a new year, the astrological new year is upon us. A new season is upon us. And so many beautiful, incredible things are in the works. And one of the best ways to manifest and make things happen, in addition to working on your home, is getting ready in all ways. And the more ready you are, the easier things are. The more prepared you are, the easier things flow. So just by bringing yourself that joy, bringing yourself that higher energy, even in the moments you can sneak it in, it's going to make such a big difference. I'm going to check your questions because I see all of this. Oh, thank you. Hi, Paula. Hi, Renee. Hi, Helena from Poland. Hello, hello. My family's from Poland. My closest family, my godmother, my chachi is right above me. I can't wait to be able to come there. I'm so glad that you enjoy the videos. That's wonderful. If anyone has questions, anything that they need, feel free to leave them below. And I'm so happy to hear from you. Thank you all for being here, and happy full moon, happy spring or autumn. And let's launch into a season that is really, really rewarding and refreshing and full of peace and harmony and love for everyone. Bye, everyone.